where do we start, you know, as small business solo and entrepreneurs? What can we do that's simplistic but can really address what the problem is? So I kind of want to talk about really what's something a lot of folks already know about. But before you even log into WordPress, do you know where security really starts? It actually starts on your local computer. And I use an Apple's, I know there's Apple's out there, but I use a Windows-based system. What do you use, Windows, James?
Yeah, mine is Windows.
Okay,
Yeah,
good, because
my Vista or 7.
okay, Windows 7. Okay, and let me explain really quickly before we move into the WordPress information, how you some tips that we can share with our users today. One of the most important things folks forget about is a solid malware virus protection system on their computer. Now, I know that sounds really simple, but let me explain further. If a keylogger gets into your machine, this is what hackers use to record our keystrokes. That's how they get a hold of your passwords, and then they can log into your sites and bank accounts and hack you. So make sure, number one and foremost, start with the most simplistic virus protection software. Now, I had worked for about 8 years as a contractor for the federal government, Department of Energy, in the IT department. I had the opportunity to build a conceptual lab and get into learn about networking. And what I did, one of my specialties, is I captured packets that came across the network, and all it is data transferring back and forth. Okay, what I learned there was fascinating. So if packets, every time we open up our browser and we go to a website, our IP address comes up and then it communicates. It's like a two-way conversation. With the keylogger, if you open your browser and it happens to get in because you have a loophole and an opening in your virus protection software, the keylogger gets installed. You won't even know it's on your machine.
Hey, Mark, what's one way? Just give us one way that somebody with a keylogger could actually access your computer.
Well, it's going to be through an embedded script virus that they build, and they'll embed it inside of a picture, a program. You won't even know it's there. The only way you're going to know it got into your system is after the fact, or if you have a really solid antivirus program. There's many ways, and I want to kind of shy away from helping the hackers out. So, but very good point. Now, here's something.
Say for example, I inadvertently clicked on a website that was infected. That's one way, right?
The other way is if you have a link in an email and you don't know who that person is, never click on the embedded links, because that's the quickest way they get in, and you may not even think anything of it. That's what phishing is. Phishing is saying they're copying that they're a company like a bank, and hey, and you open it up. As soon as you open that window, the script starts running. You won't even see it. It's embedded. It's even worse if you click on a link. So be careful. So just real simple terms. Now, by the way, this is what I learned as a small business, a company. Let's say I have 3 or 4 systems here, and let's say you didn't want to pay for McAfee or what all these other expensive virus programs. So what I learned is Microsoft has what's called Microsoft Security Essentials. They'll actually give you you can license 10 computers free. And this is decent software, and I've been using it on all my machines. And because I scan with my backup services, I scan malware sites, and then I capture backups from a WordPress site. There can be a embedded malware inside of my zip program, so I'm introducing that into my local machine. And I've caught this many times. But with that said, just make sure you have a solid antivirus malware scanner. WP Backup Service, actually, that's part of our services. I actually scan your WordPress blog for malware free of charge. Okay, so that's the very basic stuff that we need to do to get started. Now,
so step number 1 is make sure that your personal computer is secure.
Absolutely. Make sure it's scanned daily, not weekly, not monthly, daily. The more active we are on Google Plus or engaging on the internet, the more we should be scanning our machines. The more that we open that door to the internet, we're opening ourselves up to be exposed for any type of attack. That's why the hackers love WordPress, but I'll explain more about that later.